Hello, everyone. I'm Tyler, one of many hosts on the weekly Tall Talk. I know you were expecting me last week to be on, but I got done with my 80-hour shift and I'm back.
You're back.
I'm ready to go.
Better than ever.
Better than never. Never better.
Got to be never better. Better and never better.
Yeah. But before we start this episode, I'd like to introduce two of the greatest hosts ever to roam planet Earth. Cale. God, he's out of breath. Okay, we'll get back to him. Corey, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing really good, man. It's another beautiful night in Los Angeles. My tummy's full of hamburger, and I'm ready to record an awesome episode.
Hell
The
yeah.
Hamburglar.
Yeah.
The Hamburglar.
I had to steal it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Cale? How you doing?
I'm good, dude. What an introduction from Tyler. You were sorely missed last week, and now I see why. You came in with the fire, and automatically I started laughing so hard I couldn't even do my intro. So welcome back.
That's all right. That's all right.
How are you doing, Tyler, now that you're off your 196-hour shift or whatever?
Right? Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to knock out another banger.
Oh, yeah.
But, sadly, something seems off this episode. Seems like we're missing somebody.
Again?
Who could it be now?
The one of many hosts who are all not together at every episode.
Yes.
The perfect plan.
Xavier, feel better.
Got the radiation sickness, and he's out.
Talking about radiation. Wow. How did you know that? That's really strange, Cale.
Xavier does in-depth research.
Tonight, we're going to read you a short story, and then we'll get into a Would You Rather after that.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Always.
They tried to warn us all through social media. TikTok, Instagram, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Tencent QQ, MeWe, Grindr, and even the metaverse. But we arrived here all the same. Mindless sheeple. Nuclear hellfire had finally come, and the EMPs that followed only made things worse. All of the major cities on Earth have been devastated, with only pockets of civilization surviving amongst the rubble and destruction. We were plunged back into the Dark Ages. The fallout was unimaginable. With communication from the rest of the world severed, there is no way of knowing how many of us remain or how things will be built anew. So hearing the story that you just heard, what are you guys thinking? What are your thoughts? Is it pretty out there? Is it pretty wild? Could this happen in real life? Are we close to this? How you guys feeling?
Probably too close for comfort. The way the world is right now, this could be potentially happening. So I hope not. But the threat is ever present. So no thanks.
Best
but
prepare.
Might as well prepare. That's why we're doing this, right? Just as in case.
Yeah.
Part of the prepping experience.
Exactly.
All right. Into the would you rather. Would you rather live above ground, seeking shelter from dangerous beasts, traversing the wastelands while battling raider groups and avoiding pockets of radiation? Or would you rather live below, in the sewers and subway systems, in constant near total darkness amongst the swarms of irradiated rodents and ravenous reptiles, forming tenuous relationships with other groups of survivors over food and resources?
Well, we've done it again with two terrible choices.
As always.
As always, the trademark.
Come on, it can't be easy, Cale. You know that already.
Of course.
All right, Cale, I'm going to throw you in the hot seat tonight. What path are you choosing?
You know, when I first heard about this, the first option, it just sounds like a Mad Max remake. And they just did the perfect one a few years ago. So I don't want to touch that. So I'm going underground.
You don't want to top that?
No, I don't want to top that. Immortan Joe.
Oh, man.
Dude, to be honest, I feel like I would just want to be away from the majority of people that would survive. So not knowing exactly how many people survived, I feel like I would just go underground. I would try to find the caverns, like you said, subway stations, systems, tunnels, things like that. I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm worried about. I'm not claustrophobic, but I am kind of worried about it, and especially near total darkness, like you've described. And
oh yeah,
a bunch of just reptiles and irradiated rodents running around and battling other people. But I don't feel like I want to be out in the open. I'll risk it down there. I might find the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I might find pizza. I don't know.
You don't want like fresh air from the. Well, I mean,
fresh air from the nukes. Yeah, I'll breathe that in, no problem. That's why Xavier's not here. No, dude, I just feel like there's more potential to possibly like protect myself down there, even though near total darkness sounds just terrible.
You're gonna have to go full Riddick and
just shave my head and just become insanely buff for no reason. Just be in the dark with a deep ass voice. I'm in. I need 10 movies.
I'd watch that.
Hell yeah. No, but I don't want to be out in the open, man. Raider groups just sounds the worst of the worst. I'd rather deal with like the people that are down there. Maybe it'll be a little bit more even footing in the underground.
That's really funny because coming from you, that's really strange. Like you're on the more violent side, so I think you'd be like, Raiders, hell yeah.
It's like, I imagine you just being the worst person imaginable. So this is very strange that you just go against your whole nature.
Yeah,
strange
we all know you're a fucking psychopath.
I mean, it's hard to argue. My track record is not good. I have no defense for myself.
I love it.
Maybe I just, I don't want to, I've seen all I needed to see. I'm going underground. I'm retiring.
Okay.
To,
wow.
Just be one of the mole men.
Early retirement must be nice. Must be nice.
Retire at 33.
Yeah, I guess nuclear devastation does that for a person.
That's all it takes. Wow.
It's kind of like forced retirement, huh? I don't think they let you keep your job if the nuclear fallout. I don't know, unless you were a raider before this. I don't know, but I'm going underground. I'm going down there. I'm gonna find as many glow sticks as I can and try to see what I can down there. And if not, I'm just touchy feely all the way. Find somebody.
You're gonna touchy feely until you find someone.
Yep, just blind walking through. I'm walking through. I'm gonna find something, but God, it sounds awful. Like the more I think about my own choice,
it's pretty claustrophobic.
Yeah, dude. And then with it being that dark, I just get myself wedged somewhere, and then there's nobody to really help me, or like to even see how to get out of a situation. Or I've already committed, so whatever. Yep. I'm in. Yep. But how about I'm just walking, and you're just trying to like feel around or do this or do that, and there's just some chasm, and I just fall like 40 feet, and I'm just dead down there.
Yeah, those classic subway chasms.
They'll get you.
There's a long uncovered oubliette that just has been sitting there.
Just the nuclear bombs just knocked the top off. So, I just fell into it. It's just, they build right over those things, just put a manhole cover over it, whatever. It's fine.
Man.
Oh, man.
We tried to cover up the medieval history of Los Angeles.
Yep.
It took nuclear devastation to uncover it again.
Uncover the secrets of the past.
That's true. Your diet would have to change too. I mean, you said there's different kinds of food sources down there. You're gonna have to start eating rats.
Other people.
If it comes to worst comes to worst.
Yeah, man. I just, when I think of like irradiated rats or how this is written, I just imagine like Rocksteady and Bebop from like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or the one where they have like just the wolf and the frickin' snapping turtle. And just imagine running into those freaking things down there. It's like, you're my food. I'm going to get eaten.
Oh my God.
It's like in our normal day-to-day lives. I mean, obviously this is nuclear fallout, but our normal day-to-day lives, I mean, there's obviously predators that could take us down, but like to have to be like worried about that, like constantly, it would be like very, very frightening. Just imagining some freaking like nuclear monsters running around. Oh God, man. Dude.
In the darkness? Come on.
I think it's pretty telling that you're more afraid of irradiated beasts than you are the other groups of survivors.
I feel like I could handle myself if I'm in the dark. Like Tyler suggested, I will become Riddick. Okay. Just out of shape Riddick.
Gotcha.
And then, but I just don't want to deal with the raider groups up top. I'm not a mechanic. I can't soup up my car. My Scion won't do well. It's 4-cylinder trying to getting run down by these souped up trucks and the nitro and everything. I'm getting over to like immediately. So I think I'm going to play it. I was about to say play it safe, but there's no safety.
No,
I'm going to risk it in the dark, which is a terrible choice. So I need a life preserver. Somebody else take the reins, please.
Maybe the people below are nicer than on top. You never know. Maybe they're more calm.
Yeah. Hey man, how are you? I'm like,
we're kind of stuck down here. I mean, what can we do?
We're stuck down here. You
just
cool?
Accept it. Like,
how are they gonna even vet you? They're just gonna be like, hey, you. It's gonna take a lot to feed you. I don't think we want you down here. I'll be like, all right, I'm out. It's like, I'm just imagining like what the interactions would even look like with other people, especially in near darkness. Like you get a glimpse of someone, you're like, did I really see somebody or not? If I'm down there and then somebody's calling out to me, like, is anyone there? I'm not answering.
You just hear the haunting echoes of other survivors.
Just hear people stumbling around or these sounds or, dude, it would be so anxiety inducing to be down there. Oh, I hate my choice. At least you could like see people coming if you're like up top, I guess. Yeah. And like, have some sign of warning system. Like, I mean, I don't really think there's anything so that you could like, I mean, it would literally just be like auditory, I guess. You would just have to listen for everything. My hearing's already bad. I'm not going to hear shit.
Echolocation.
It's not good.
I know that you'd like to stay below Cale, but my choice.
Oh,
I'm taking the opposite. I'm staying above ground.
You don't want to run into me down there or what?
No, of course not. Especially in the darkness.
Come on, man.
Not a chance.
We get bro down.
No.
Just like before.
I myself want an adventure worth living.
Tyler, I don't know. I don't know if I describe it like that, but go ahead. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fun, like taking over territories of raider groups and like cities and having your own ride with a band on it, like Mad Max?
Yeah. So this is just Mad Max. You're just like basically you've assimilated into the War Boys. Okay.
But imagine just driving everywhere with a live band on the back of your truck, like the soundtrack to your life, but like for real.
Damn. I wonder if I could get the guys that play Creed. So, can you take? And just being run down off the road with the "Can you take me higher?"
Oh God!
With arms wide open and just like murder.
That would be absolute hell.
Yep.
That would be the worst case scenario, I think.
I didn't know you could make the post-apocalypse any worse, but that sounds about right.
It's exactly how I envision it too. It's amazing.
We tried, Corey. We tried.
We put real effort into making things worse. That's the specialty of this group. So Tyler, if you're up there, you want to be. You're not avoiding or battling the raider groups. It sounds like you want to be in one of the raider groups. Is that what I'm understanding?
I mean, yeah, I'm in a raider group, but if they're going to try to, compete with me, they're going down.
Damn, the bloodthirsty god. I mean, everybody's competing with everyone, right? So you're like constantly at war with other dudes.
Yeah. So get out of my way, or
what?
Literally just gonna kill everyone.
I was gonna curse, but I was like, oh, never mind.
So you're gonna be a raider group, but you're afraid to curse. If you're in my way,
they're not an unkind raider group.
Yeah, we're not potty mouths. All right. So where's the? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I draw the line somewhere. and it's on your language. Profanity, forbidden. Murder, legal.
Kill him with kindness, Cale. Have you ever thought about that? I didn't think so.
I mean, frequently, but it doesn't sound like you're going to be kind. There's very mixed emotions. You're the manipulator.
All right, man. Jeez. Corey, I need to know if you're staying above or below the surface.
I think I'd join you, man. I think I'd stay above ground.
Yeah,
I think the underground is far too limiting. I would be scared of all of the, you said irradiated rodents and ravenous reptiles. That's a little, I don't know. That's pretty extreme. I don't want to fight those things. I think that they would win.
And the amount too. We don't know how much is down there driven underground.
Yeah.
It could be like swarms of stuff. Oh, yeah. I regret my decision.
But we did say there were dangerous beasts out and about. So just try to think of it like what kind of things that like can be affected by irradiation that could turn like into beast-like, maybe like dogs or like a beefed up dog or bulldog. Well,
I don't think radiation works like that. So if anything is like full of like radiation, it would just be really sick and then die.
But Corey, this is a different kind of radiation.
Oh, this is a
just making up our own.
This is my story.
Damn the mutant.
Jesus. Fuck, man.
Make up your own rules, Siler. Whatever you want, man.
Sorry.
You're in control.
Okay, hold on. Pause. Looks like Cale's all down there by himself. He's looking a little blue. We're going to run these ads and we're going to go try to bring him back to the surface. We'll be right back.
No.
Hi folks, my name is Xavier Chapman, creator and host of the Weekly Tall Talk. I would like to say thank you for listening to today's episode. If you like what you've been hearing, we would love to know what you think. After the episode, don't forget to leave a comment or reach out to us on our socials, where you can find us at the Weekly Tall Talk. We're excited to say we're working on a couple other awesome projects for this year. If you would like to know more about that or find out what else we're working on, we have a Patreon and Discord that you can subscribe to, where we can be found at Tall Tale Network. And if you have any other questions or ideas for what you'd like us to discuss on the show, please email us at talltalenetwork@gmail.com.
All right, we're back from those ads. We tried to bring Cale back up, but he just refused and he wants to be down there alone.
You have to find me first.
Oh, I like that. So I have another question for you guys. Let's say you had a year to plan for this event. Knowing nuclear obliteration is going to inevitably occur, what would you do in preparation?
If I had a year, I'd stock up on all of the toilet paper I could possibly find. Just buy tons of it.
All right.
Yeah.
First things first.
Yeah.
First things first,
TP.
man. Good job to do a Costco run. Hey, man.
What store would you hit up first? Like a big supermarket?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Costco. Yeah, that'd probably be number one. They got a bunch of it. But after I get my toilet paper, I think I'd find the most richest person that lives near me, because I'm gonna bet that they have some type of bunker or ground security. I do my research. I'd look into like who is actively building something like a bomb shelter, and then I would
sabotage.
Exactly. I would be the very first raider visit that they
kicking it off.
Bro, what if it's me? Like, what are the chances?
Yeah, it's just Tyler like, yeah, we got to prepare, guys, and it's just Corey like, hey,
like, don't
Tyler,
I know you?
That's a nice setup.
Come on, man,
like,
we're friends, right?
yeah.
Corey,
I really appreciate you taking
yeah.
the time to gather all of these supplies for me.
No,
get out.
No, really, get out.
No, seriously.
But yeah, that's how I'd spend my time, man. I'd have to do a lot of prep, just to make sure I know where I'm going. because you probably want to stay outside of the cities that you said got destroyed. So probably somewhere in the countryside somewhere.
Right. The more rural, the better.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like I work on this now, but I would probably try and spend that time working out as well, trying to get into some sort of shape so I can walk more than a mile without sweating.
Damn it, Corey. It took this nuclear catastrophe to get in shape.
That's the motivation, man. Is
the Motivation Monday.
Ever impending
motivation
threat
meltdown.
of nuclear annihilation.
It brings out the best in us.
Yep. Corey wants to reach peak ultimate fitness.
Oh yeah.
The nuke dropping will get you going.
You got to be the apex predator.
Dude, oh man. I would now, since we're going down that line, I think stocking up on steroids might be a good way to go anyways, right?
Yep.
Like
just be roid raged out. Hell yeah.
I want to be all that I can be, and steroids I know are going to make me into that kind of person.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd have a lot of patience. You'd be able to think things out clearly. You'd be able to analyze stuff a little bit more. Take your time. I think nothing but time, and just relaxation, meditation.
Yeah,
chill vibes.
I don't know where this is going, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it as well.
It sounds like we know what Cale's gonna do. It's just relax and vibe out.
Oh, absolutely not.
No, what would you do, dude?
Very similar to you. I'd like stockpile, probably like water, dehydrated food, any kind of non-perishables. Part of me thinks I should start working in the backyard to do it. But like we said, we're in a major, even though we're not in the city, technically, we're still a major metropolis. So, I mean, things would get wiped out.
I think Chatsworth would probably be hit if a nuke went off in LA.
Yeah.
First?
It's close enough. Just directly Chatsworth. It's right there. LA's right over there. No. Get them. The valley. Those valley people.
Goddamn valley kids.
The worst. blow them up. No, but
oh no.
If need be, I would try to do a DIY bunker at the house, but being further away from the city, maybe up near the desert or
in the mountains
or something like that would be preferable.
Okay.
But yeah, stockpiling a bunch of stuff. Like Corey said, I'd probably take the time to be as physically fit as possible, knowing you're going to run into people who want your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to have to defend yourself and or others. So
I got a question about the guns. How many do you think you would need? Because I always think of when people are stockpiling guns, they have the scene from Tremors where it's an entire wall of different rifles and shotguns.
Basement, yeah.
But how many would you need just for you and your family? Four guns?
Maybe.
We don't know how long this is going to last for. Too.
Right.
So.
Well, guns, if you care for them, should last forever.
Yeah. Just don't imagine. I imagine just not that many survivors. I mean, that could be hit or miss. I mean, we won't even know. Our story didn't even tell us how many survivors there are, but I don't think there's going to be swarms of people just searching the mountains for me and 3 other people possibly.
Yeah.
So I don't think I need the minigun or the scene in Terminator where they pull off the thing. It's the underground bunker just of guns. I don't think we're going to be needing that level, but yeah, I think it would be much more about the food and gathering medicine, I guess. Whatever. I mean, I wouldn't know exactly what to have, but try to get my hands on as much first aid supplies or, antibiotics, stuff like that. I would be much more practical, I guess.
Yeah, you'd have to do research into that and to what kind of medical supplies that you'd need going forward. But even then, they'd only last a couple years.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have to take Lester with me, whether or not he wants to go. Just have an RN on standby. Help me.
Gonna find some holistic approaches. Yeah.
Right.
All natural.
No, but realistically, if I knew I had a year, I'd either do the bunker here or, like you said, get to the mountains and just try to stockpile as much as possible without. I mean, I would just max credit cards up.
Oh, yeah.
If we knew this was happening, just max everything, spend everything. Like,
it's not going to matter anyway, so why not?
Yeah, buy as much as possible, get generators, get gas, try to do a solar setup. I mean, I don't know if that'll survive the blasts and stuff, but I would just max out everything, especially knowing we're not going to have to like pay it back. I'll be like, hey, you're doing a little DIY. I'll be like, oh yeah, you got no clue, man.
That's true.
But yeah, I would be much more practical that way and just try to, I guess, use the time wisely. I hopefully wouldn't squander it just assing off. Just like have like the worst case of like procrastination, and then it's like about to like next week is the fallout, and I'm like, oh my god,
no, I ran out of time.
Exactly.
Oh well, the assignment's
just have
due.
to meet Corey at Costco.
We'll figure it out.
Just see him taking all the TP. I'm like, that's right. Just forgot. That's what triggers my memory. Nah. Yeah. What about you, Tyler? I mean, I'm very curious for this answer because you immediately said you wanted to be a raider. So maybe you're not planning at all and you're just like have your secret garage with your kill mobile.
He's going to stock up on the Beyond Beef
after
patties.
The fact. Before, I think I would, I'm a little bit of a green thumb right now. I have a few plants like some jalapenos and I like to grow things. I think I'd start my own like greenhouse or maybe a couple and start preparing crops in that way just in case. Man. Yeah. Well, this is happening. Inevitably so.
Where would you do that, though? You live in an apartment.
You would have to go buy property or what?
This is what pushes Tyler to buy a house.
Yeah. Like apartment living. No. I need the secret greenhouse.
No, I'm sure I could find somewhere or somewhere. Sorry, let me rephrase that. What?
I was just going to say, you're just going to take someone's house is what it sounds like. You're like, well, not really abandoned, but yeah, close enough. Someone's going to give me their house. Damn, you're pre-rating.
I'd look online for maybe like a shed that someone's like selling, or I'll buy one of those tough shit.
You could go to Costco and get one.
Yeah. But not from online. They're better, Corey. Fuck, man.
Your line of thinking is so fucking funny. I love it, dude. I absolutely love it. You're like, what are you going to do to prepare for the apocalypse? Look online, somebody's selling a shed. I'm going to...
I trust somebody more online
You're
than
so
actual
fucking
store.
funny, Tyler. I swear to God, dude. You are genuinely so fucking funny.
God. Okay, hold on. All right, guys, you know what I would do? I'd buy about like a dozen tough sheds because I have all the money in the world.
That's right.
And I'd start my own.
That's an 80-hour workday. It's catching up to you.
You're literally just transferring one job to another. Just building all the tough sheds yourself.
Start placing them everywhere, like empty lots. Like, why is this here? I don't know.
It's here. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So your plan for surviving the nuclear blast is buying a bunch of sheds and then putting them around Los Angeles?
In vacant lots? What is happening? Silent.
I'm trying to grow crop so I have food for the future. What? Okay. I'm done with this episode. Done, dude.
Well, keep going. What else would you do to prepare? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You gotta have your family. What are you gonna? What are you gonna grow in the sheds? And like, are you gonna can it? What are you gonna do to preserve it?
That's true because a nuclear blast would probably take out something.
Make the food
from the store like
unsafe.
The material, yeah.
Yeah, so like having
it have to be more heavy duty
soil.
Yeah,
it's not have radiation. I think a lot more goes into that. You would have to be like underground in a bunker, like actively doing that before the blast. That's what I'm thinking. Even have.
So it doesn't touch.
Well, I think it just
and then the water to do that.
I think it depends how close Tyler was initially to the blast, because like the topsoil doesn't stay like irradiated forever from that kind of event.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on where it hits.
I mean, it just sounds like we're all just going as far away from the major cities as possible.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
it said in the intro that the cities are all devastated.
Right. So have to move all that.
Yeah. Also, I'd grab my family, and we'd have to move, because if the major cities are getting affected, we'd have to move as far as possible from that. I don't want any of that hitting them.
Right.
Yeah. I do that. What else?
So would you just leave your sheds in Los Angeles then?
Up for grabs.
Put in all of this time and work, putting
All this
up
stuff just to
greenhouses
leave?
all around LA. Nah, fuck it, we gotta go.
Fuck it, we're out of here. There's no time. What about
Hopefully-
the crops?
Okay, hopefully by the time this event hits, all the crops have grown. So I'm getting a U-Haul and fucking chopping off all the. Jesus Christ, dude. I'm collecting as much as I can, throwing it in the truck, and we're getting the hell out. We're going.
Rock on.
And we have enough supply for a while. We'll make it. I don't know about you guys, but we will.
I'll just follow you.
Yeah, it seems like you know where to go.
You know where to go, man. You have all this shit. I'm coming with you. I'm gonna be like, where's that guy in that giant U-Haul going? I'll follow him.
I like that you would go for a U-Haul truck instead of just like stealing a van from work.
Right. You have a big ass like at your disposal. You're just like, U-Haul.
Well, I mean, the U-Haul trucks, they have AC. The
that's
trucks
true.
at
You
work
don't have AC. Yeah.
Those things are like pure metal. And I think the crops wouldn't last very long in that thing. No.
Yeah.
They'd be kind of like sauteed. Sizzled.
Damn, you're like the apocalypse farmer.
So I just want to go over this again. You're gonna grow a bunch of crops, and then just cut them, and then put them in a van and drive them away somewhere with your family. Is that? There's no prep going. There's no.
It's a solid plan, man.
You're not gonna.
Hey, he could have hunkered down in the valley, but at least he's on the move, man.
That's
Whatever.
true. That's true.
Maybe you could barter your crops.
I mean, they're only going to last like a week or two.
No, we. Hold on.
Let's regroup here.
Yeah, let's take this ad break to regroup.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Hey, it's your boy Mason from Men of Misfortune here. We're a comedy podcast with 3 different segments. We cover anime/pop culture, true crime, and bizarre news, all while taking on some interviews. We drink, we smoke, and we know how to have a good time while making you feel like you're a part of the show. Find us anywhere you get your podcasts. And don't forget to check out our Patreon for bonus content. And for more updates, follow us on Instagram at Men of Misfortune. Remember, stay misfortunate and always listen to Mom. Now, back to your regularly scheduled program.
And we're back with another question. Ready?
Yeah,
good.
Oh.
Ready? Good.
Good.
Taking charge. I like it.
Do you think people would band together and try to form civilization again?
My humane answer, and the answer that I would like hope for, is yes. I feel like we would have that inane reaction to want to be helpful or have like human spirit, the human condition for each other. But I mean, if we're all going through like horrific stuff, like we said, it's like no food, or these irradiated animals underground, or raider groups, or just things that we're encountering, and like how much terrible stuff can you endure and still be like, oh yeah, let's redo it again and let's go back to the way things were. I don't know what my threshold would be to want that.
Okay.
Or if I even come out of hiding, like we said in our last answer, if I'm in the mountains and I'm kind of isolated from everyone and we're surviving and we're okay, would there be a want from me to even interact with anyone else? I don't know.
Recluse Miller.
It's nuclear fallout. If I don't get to be a hermit at that point, bro, like, what more do you want from me?
No, you got to get back into the office, man. We're ending remote work. It doesn't matter.
We need you, man.
We need you back here. I don't care what happened. We need you back. You want your job? No, I don't. I cannot come back. No. What about you guys? I mean,
yeah, you would think that people, you would want them to band together and try to fix, civilization and make it further better. But I think the stress on everyone would be like too heavy, where everyone would become like selfish immediately. They have to care for themselves, their family, their own circle. I think there would be like a lot of selfishness. Like I need to worry about me and take care of that first.
Right. Your priorities are going to be your own,
before banding together.
Yeah. Because our three answers were pretty much the same. We got there at drastically different ways, but all of us were going away and being by ourselves. So, I mean, the U-Haul, the mountains, the desert, the whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody's initial thought was, I'm going to take care of either myself or mine. So I think it's a very fair point. What's your priority? Let's help everybody else who might triple cross me, or make sure my family's safe. I mean, I don't know. Obviously my answer is myself. So
what kind of banding together could we do to make civilization better though? Should we build more sheds again and grow more crops?
A shed on every plot.
That's the new dream. Instead of a car in every driveway, there's a shed in every yard.
Hey, just in case for next time.
For the next nuclear event.
Damn, the doomsday shedder instead of the prepper.
But yeah, just think about it. What kind of things we could do to band together to make civilization better again? What could we do? I guess start building again in a way.
Building what?
Sheds.
New infrastructures? I don't know. Places to...
Do you think Los Angeles would be rebuilt? Skyscrapers and such?
God.
Just nobody has the know-how even build them that high? Properly engineer anything. So it's all just like DIY.
All the blueprints are destroyed.
Right.
Oh.
The new skyscraper is like a 2-story. Damn, look at that. These guys are fancy over here. Double decker.
That took forever. Yeah. I don't know. This is something to think about.
I mean, banding together, would be the more people that you have in one area, the more resources you would need. And that's already going to be scarce. So I don't see how, I don't know. And then why, and then like having trust, you would have to like trust people again after either having run-ins or being secluded. So, I don't know.
We go like kind of the worst of the worst in these options, but like nothing about this is say that like people are evil. Like, just because a nuclear bomb goes off in downtown LA doesn't mean that I'm suddenly going to be a murderer.
Ooh.
Like, I think that'd be for most people, it's just another really bad, tragic situation that you'd have to try and work hand in hand with to get people help.
Right.
Okay.
Gotcha. So you're hopeful and optimistic for the common good?
Yeah, I think so. I think people would work together, whether or not we participate in that.
We're just on the outskirts. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, just monitoring them with binoculars.
It's got the binocular.
Yeah.
We're just at 3 different vantage points. Come in, Siler. Come in, Corey.
Triangulating position.
Copy.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to flank them. It's like, no.
But yeah.
Like, Tyler, where are you? I'm in the shed. I found the sheds,
Which
boys.
one?
Which shed? There's 10 sheds.
We got to start like labeling them. QR code. I don't know. Something.
QR codes. We just have cell phones with no reception. Perfect.
Hey. Oh man.
What about you, Tyler? What do you think? Do you think people would be able to band together? Do you think the greater good would win out?
I'm very hopeful guy, so I think so. At first, I think a lot of the tension would be hectic. You know, people going everywhere, trying to gather supplies, and I think once more people like know what they have and are settled down, they could start helping others in a way.
Right.
I'm hopeful in that sense.
Cool.
I mean, for doing that, I feel people have probably like an innate desire to want to be together, even if it's like you said, people aren't the problem, but like you'd be with mass like devastation like that, you would need to somehow come together and have shelter in whatever form that comes in. I think that's like a common interest in people. Like you would just help people just for the fact of like being able to stay safe somewhere.
Yeah.
Would be like I think a basic necessity would drive people just to, I mean, even if you didn't particularly like trust the people around you or fit in, just your basic needs being met would be enough for people to kind of like not fall in line, but kind of like reside in the same area as other people.
What do you think like the rich would do in the situation? Would they just...
They're already in their bunkers, bro.
Yeah, I'm already in one of their bunkers.
Oh yeah, Corey already infiltrated, so he's good. Just ask Corey.
Okay.
He already has one. He already took one. So
Yeah, I think the rich would do everything possible to make it harder for people to thrive in that kind of situation.
Okay.
I think that they would do what they always do, which is just hoard resources and not help anyone.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about, you got to care for your family and stuff, but like, I think at a certain income level, after tragic events, you don't have to worry as much because you're already taken care of. You can just go somewhere else if something bad happens. You're afforded that. Whereas like people who are stuck, like us, like living in Los Angeles, like we're kind of stuck next to each other. So if we're going to survive, we got to try and help other people, I think.
Right.
But maybe that's just the Boy Scout in me coming out.
Right. No, I feel like even in that sense, these super bunkers are being built. I mean, there's a huge market for it. It's just a reality. And then I feel like the rich would be privy to this information. We said, we have a year to prepare. Like they would already be well gone out of like any kind of, warning or out of earshot or like a blast zone. They'd already be gone. Yeah. So they're not like really contending with it.
Yeah. Like realistically, like what would Elon Musk do in a situation? How would he help? Let's say only Los Angeles was devastated by a nuclear device. Would Elon Musk step in? I don't think so.
Oh yeah, dude. Free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, maybe at government subsidies.
Right.
Oh. Yeah. But like, I don't think him or Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos would give a collective shit.
Right. Be like, oh, what a tragedy. But I mean, they would be far removed from any kind of danger well ahead of time. So the rich, I don't even like factor that in this scenario, because if anybody's going to survive, it's them, man. Them or the preppers that have been prepping for like 20 years that already have their sheds and their crops and all
they already have their sheds.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Never live it down. No. Never live it down. Oh, it's going to be like episode 100. I'll be like, what about the sheds?
The sheds. So with all this up, these people banding together, do you think there would be a creation of new religions or cults that could form?
I happen to actually have some insight onto this. I know of one cult that would probably continue. It's the Murphs.
God.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
Hey, I know white pants is hard to maintain in the apocalypse, but we can get it done.
Dude, I mean, I just imagine you just stockpiling those Tide pens.
Right.
Like it's the only thing that you guys hoard is just like OxyClean and Tide pens.
Just making our own
removing
bleach
stuff. It's like, guys, you didn't get water or anything like that. No. We got all the cleaning supplies.
But yeah, I think that new religions would form. New religions form all the time. I think that something based off of like unity from this, I don't. Hold on, let me start. I don't think that there would be a religion based off of unity that would form, though. I think that it might be more like probably like a doomsday cult or something, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking
like,
too.
oh, the worst thing already happened. It's probably going to happen again. Let's like form a family and tell everybody about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And depending on like the scale of the fallout, we're talking about Los Angeles, but like if it's worldwide,
global,
you know, everything goes off. I mean, if children are being brought into this world and, you know, the younger generation or whatever, if everything's wiped away, you could just start saying whatever. I mean, and like, how would they know that what you're saying isn't
that's true?
Like the unencumbered truth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It'd be like the 1800s all over again. You just claim you're a colonel.
Exactly.
You're talking about history, or what do you mean?
Well, yeah, in a sense of like, I mean, other than like you being able to tell a story or, oh, this is how it used to be or this or that. I mean, you paint history at that point with whoever survives a global devastation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
Other than like finding whatever does survive. But I think people would be pretty malleable to whatever you say, especially if you have resources. Say you are one of the guys that has sheds. You're going to be like looked to as a position of power or a position of like, oh, everything we have is because of this person. So then how does that power dynamic not like immediately like take hold if you so choose?
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends. Like the people in power are even in the darkest times are going to be revered. In this kind of situation for you helping someone else. Oh, we owe you our lives. I mean, other than like just like religion, what else is like at that level of like devotion to someone?
How would you guys take like say you were in this like position of power where a lot of people like looked up to you? How would you guys take that? Would it be like too overwhelming for you, or would you kind of accept it or take on the role like effortlessly, or what do you think?
I'd slip right into that leadership role.
Oh God. Here we go. Yeah. The true desire's coming out.
Yeah. I know how to rule people. I know how to control them. Me alone. Right. No one else can do it.
Right.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. I want to say that I would like slip into whatever role that like I could be most helpful for. But then there's also like when things are going well, it's because of you. But if you lead everyone astray, you have to be like mentally strong enough to be like, yeah, I blew it, guys. Or, you know, make the wrong choice or something like this. Or
that's on me. Yeah.
It's on you. I mean, and then who's to say, you know, there's no law, there's no law and order. There's no law and order at this part. It's like you get like a mutiny against you. You make one wrong turn, you're out. I mean, at that point, I don't know. I feel like a position of power is pretty... I don't see the perk in it. I feel like that would be...
Especially if you're the sole person in power. Like,
that's just too much.
I wouldn't want to go to a one-person power dynamic in any situation. So, like, having, like, a small group of people being the deciders for a larger group, that's what I would want to form.
Yeah, spread their responsibility. I'm in for that.
Exactly. And, you know, let's give ourselves...
Go ahead. I'm just letting you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was
I'm just saying, and this also depends on like our state in life whenever this happens, right? Like currently, I have life experience, but not to where I would be able to dictate like what's best for us moving forward to build a new society. So even if you're kind of thrust into that, I don't think any of us are like adequately prepared to lead a group, especially of like in such dire straits as like probably needing to even get water or survive or not starve or any of the stuff. Like none of us are farmers. Tyler is the closest thing, but
Dr. Green Thumb.
Yeah. Even being into a position of power. So this is a long way to get to my point, but I think that's why you would need like 4 or 5 people, 3 people to be on a thing, because hopefully there'd be people at different stages of life that would like be able to come to conclusions better, or like not rely on one person. Like I would do the best I could do, but like I said, I'm lacking in this department. I'm lacking in this. I don't know. I don't have the answers. And then you put all your eggs in one basket. I think you're asking for a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you on that. You know what else we're lacking though?
Money.
Besides that,
Patron supporters.
These ads. Oh, God damn it.
Hey there, this is Corey from the Weekly Tall Talk podcast. If you like what you've been hearing, please consider going to patreon.com/TallTaleNetwork and becoming one of our patrons. We'd really appreciate it, and you'd help us get out some content later this year. Thanks.
Hey, we're back. And we're ready for another question.
I'm in.
If the world collectively managed to get global communication back in order, do you think things would be different?
Yeah, I mean, I think things would be different just from the sheer state of the world. Nothing would be the same, to be honest. So I feel logistically, like if we could talk to each other, like how bad is it over there? How bad is it over there? But any kind of relief effort or anything you would have to imagine would be, I don't know, strained at the least, because if you're in Europe and then they're dealing with their own fallout, and then we're over here, what would be the sense in like any kind of cooperation if both places are struggling enough? I don't think like one is going to be drastically better off than the other to where, you know, oh, we'll send you some aid. I just don't. I feel like everybody still fends for themselves where you're at. I don't think it's like a global. I don't think there would be enough resources left for everybody to just be like, yeah, we can help you out. I think they'd be taking care of themselves if it was me.
Okay.
It'd be nice to know what's going on over there, but in terms of like cooperation, I don't know how you cooperate when you're trying to survive yourself.
I get that. I think just if like global communication was back in order, I think things would just like go back to the way that they used to be before this all happened. It would be nice, you know, if you had like a family member that was like, of course, across, you know, the world, and you got to communicate with them once again after such a long time.
Right.
I could see that a positive in that.
Right.
Global communication, maybe with trading would be great. If people have less of a stock on an item in one area, maybe you can help them out in another area with global communication.
Yeah, like bartering.
Yeah, exactly, like you were saying earlier.
Right.
I think that'd help a lot to get things back to normal if we band together.
Well, I gotta say, I would hope that my answer would be no. I guess it would be yes. I think things would be different. I think it would depend on who launched the nuke. which countries retaliated with nuclear strikes. Like if we're talking about global communication, you gotta figure out all of the players involved, and then you gotta figure out, which ones were the inciting parties. But after that, I would hope that the United States wouldn't go back to being the United States again, to be honest. Like, I would like to see global borders change drastically, because if it took time to get these communications up and infrastructure up and going again, like I would only hope that there would be new powers in place, because the nuclear event that we're talking about was caused by the global powers already in place.
Right.
Like how could you in good conscience go back to any party system like that?
No, but like you bring up an interesting point, because we were just dealing with the state of the aftermath of everything. But we have to remember, like you said, who's at fault, who did this, who did that. But everyone who would be in power enough to launch nukes would be in bunkers
already
and still be alive.
Exactly.
At this point. So when everything is getting rebuilt and all this other stuff, all of those people who were in power or who were like undoubtedly involved in like the mass murder of everybody and probably the destruction of our planet would still be alive.
Yeah.
Would still be like there. And it would be very interesting to see if they try to assimilate and try to stay in power in some way. Because like Corey said, who instigated this? I mean, I would hope that people would just be like, no, those people are either shunned or killed or something like that. Because what happened?
But what stops them from doing it again, though? I mean,
well, hopefully they ran out of nukes.
hopefully the nukes got nuked.
They have a spare.
Out. We're fresh out, boys.
Yeah. I think
they have a spare prototype on deck.
Right.
I think that there's so many nukes that are still out there that if they all detonated at once, like the entire surface of the planet would be gone.
Yeah, just be hollow Earth, but all over.
We can start over.
Yeah,
start over for real. Just half the planet just blown up. Just all move on that side.
That's scary.
Yeah, it would just be catastrophic. But that brings up a point, like you said, that I didn't even think about in this whole amount of time. I was thinking about, how would I survive? But like the freaking people responsible would still be alive.
Yeah,
would be the ones that were living in luxury. Well, maybe not luxury, but would be taken care of, have health care, have food, water, security, blah, blah, blah. All the best for the people who are the worst. That's infuriating to think about. Well, oh my gosh.
And let's add to that too, those people that are in power, let's say our wonderful president comes out of the bunker, he still has the full fighting force of any militaries that are left, or any US military that are left.
Right.
Like
still commander in chief.
Yeah. Like, and what are normal people going to do to take back a country that he or she participated in devastating?
Right.
Like if the president came out of the bunker and was still like, flashing peace signs and saying, I'm your president, I'd be like, no, the time for presidents is done right now.
Right.
Like we're forming Cascadia over here, so you can fuck off.
Yeah, you kind of touched on this earlier, but like, what? I don't even feel like I would accept borders or different countries or any of that with that level of devastation and stuff. I would feel so trivial to have like, oh, you can't come over here to this country. It's like, I would hope that we would all just see each other as people who survived a hellish, horrific event. Yeah. Versus like, oh yeah, Europeans or Americans or this or that. I would hope for unity in the sense of like mankind versus like, oh, let's build up our borders again, or oh, let's only look out for ourselves. I would hope that would be all dealt away with.
I would honestly hate that. Like I'm not going to go too much into my politics, but I don't think borders should exist in the first place. But just like you're saying, like, how could you build something like that up again after an event like this and have authority to do it?
Right.
Like you're going to sit there and say, yeah, you can't cross a river to come into my country, but neither of our countries exist anymore on any sort of
try to enforce any kind of law with this kind of thing happening. I'm just like,
right.
Yep. That's just setting everything up for failure again to happen.
What's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You're setting up conflict or
Yeah.
To try to even maintain any kind of control in a scenario like this post-apocalyptic is just foolish.
Yeah. Like that's why I think like really it goes back to like it just starting with a community banding together from a local standpoint, making sure that you're sick and wounded are taken care of, that you have shared medical supplies. Like, I mean, that's kind of the communist utopia, I guess, but that seems like I don't know how else you would get anything back up and running again.
Right. You would have to scavenge for literally everything.
Right. And I mean, you want to put like price tags on stuff too. Like you're going to further devastate people. And would money mean anything at this point?
Oh, no. I mean, any kind of currency or anything like Tyler alluded to, like he would sell his like burnt crops, but you would like barter stuff. I feel like bartering would be the only way forward in any type of scenario. Right. Like you said, I'm going to be like, here's $20. Okay. Thanks for the piece of paper. Like, what am I going to do with this? Yes. So it would only be on goods and resources or anything that's salvageable. We have to just imagine what's salvageable in the first place.
I think in like the hierarchy of needs, money isn't even in the top 20.
What?
Yeah. I mean,
because you don't need it to survive. Like,
right.
Quite literally.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, global communications, like you said, Tyler, it'd be good to talk to people, but other than that,
like for outlets of like global communication, you think they would bring like anchors back for like news stations? You think that would be necessary to keep people informed in a way?
Yeah, I don't think news. I don't think would ever not be a thing. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure there were forms of news and newspapers like going back a long time in human history.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I could foresee that being used as like, salvageable materials or this or that, or a way of recycling things or some kind of waste. Like if one country or one group of people figure something out that's beneficial, that information would be passed on, or, something along those lines more, I think, is what I would think would happen.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's where I was trying to get at.
But I think there's just something about people that need to know what's going on. And I don't think that would ever stop.
Yeah.
Some kind of hope or some kind of,
the worrying part is just
in some way.
You'd have to work, like, that's when you'd really have to start trying to vet your news source, because who's delivering this message? What is the message they're delivering? Where does it come from? Like if CNN was like the last news station after the post-apocalypse, I'd be like, I'm still not watching CNN. That's okay.
Be like, yeah, I mean, I feel like you would just needed to know. If nothing else, I would just like to know that people survived.
Yeah.
There are other people. There are other human beings out there that are in the same scenario. There's kind of a unity in that, like, not even misery loves company. That's a bad analogy, but like to know that there are other people struggling to survive and trying to build up themselves. I would be the human spirit in me to be like, we could do it too. I feel like that would be a rallying thing for me, if nothing else, even if I didn't know anything about them, just to know that people are alive over there or these pockets, or, we could join up with that people. That's only 10 miles that way, or blah, blah, blah. I feel like just knowing about other people surviving or trying to build a community or stuff like that would raise my spirits. I think.
This is a little off topic, but I think this would be like the perfect time to become like a photographer for history, to gather information for history books and really.
Because I mean, you would be like, after a global event like that, you would be documenting basically the rewriting or the new age in history. Like you said, we were sent back to the dark ages, and everything's building anew and this just catastrophic thing, you would need people to
document
it and take pictures or try to have some history to it. Otherwise, what is there?
Yeah.
So that would be your job? Lead journalist,
crop maker,
shed builder,
crop grower,
crop maker, shed builder, journalist galore,
multifaceted.
I'm the jack of all trades.
See, bro, you would have a market if you learned how to make the sheds. That's a tangible barter.
Tyler's Tough Sheds.
I'd be the one.
Yes,
I'd be the one selling it online for somebody.
It would be you. You get global communication up just to try to sell your sheds. That's the only factor you would cared about. You're like, how can I market this? That'll cost you 3 goats.
All right. This episode has been a wild one, kind of everywhere.
All over the place, literally. Global devastation of our podcast.
Everywhere and anywhere all at once. Yes. Yeah, I had fun with this one. Thank you, Corey and Cale, for joining me. And
of course.
Thanks for hosting.
Thank you for your answers
It's
and your
an honor,
time.
dude.
So if we're going to find you online, Cale, through your socials, we need to know. What is it? Spit it out.
Tell us.
This guy.
Tell us.
You can find me at Tall Tough Shed Cale on Tall Tail Cale with an underscore in between each word on Instagram. We also have our communal Instagram at the Weekly Tall Talk. We post our snippets there, our ads that we've been working on to promote each episode, and also our YouTube at the Weekly Tall Talk. But I'm also on TikTok at bearded_giant. We also have our communal TikTok at the Weekly Tall Talk as well. So quite a few things to check out, guys. But what about you, Corey?
Well, if you wanted to find me online, you could go to Instagram, where I can be found at corey.andre, Corey_Ondrey. We also have a Patreon you can find at patreon.com/talltailnetwork. We have some projects coming up that we're really excited to get underway and would love a little bit of extra help if anyone wants to do that. And if you have any script ideas or questions that you want to ask any of us, please email us at talltailnetwork@gmail.com. We'd really appreciate it. What about you, Tyler?
Oh, yeah.
If you want to find me online, I'm on Instagram at Teelo43. That's TEELO and the number 43. Also, when I'm not working my 80-hour shifts, I have a little time to stream on the side. You can find me on Twitch at Sushi Moose. That's sushi and moose.
Sushi and space. The word moose.
Just one word. Just one word.
One of those words.
Just one word. Sushi moose.
All together.
Sushi and the word moose.
No spaces. No
sushi
underscores.
And the word moose.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Is it?
You can find me there. Yeah. All right. Want to thank everyone tonight for joining and listening, whoever's out there on your local commute.
Whoever survived.
At home. Yeah, the survivors. And we'll be back with another great episode next week. We'll tell you later.